Hey besties, it's Rosie. Besties. Getting an interesting message today, okay? There's some trickery afoot. So the message I'm getting is that I'm picking up on this energy, and so far there is no gender on the board, so this is going to resonate probably for a large group of people, okay? We'll just call it an energy. There is an energy swirling around someone. This person has pretty strong feelings for someone, okay? I've got the Two of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, Six of Wands, and the Two of Cups and the Star on the bottom of the deck. So this is like crush energy to me, okay? This is somebody who almost like limerent, like fantasizing energy, okay? There is someone around who is fantasizing over someone, okay? This very much like, oh, what if we were together? What if, we could be good together? Bestie, I'm getting that this person feels a strong connection to the person they are fantasizing over, and in their mind, they think that they are mirroring one another. And they are, okay? They are correct about that. But the issue at hand that I'm seeing is that the person with the crush, their level of consciousness or awareness is down here. And the person that they have a crush on, their level of consciousness is like up here. So they are mirroring one another, but they're doing it from kind of this like catty corner energy. And I'm also using my cat tarot deck today. So cats are on the board. They're doing it like this. So the person of the lower consciousness is kind of reading into this from a way that maybe necessarily isn't correct. And what I'm getting is that the person that they have a crush on is also in this limerent energy, okay? They're also fantasizing about someone. They're also fantasizing about like this connection, but it's not with that person, okay? There's like this, they're both in this dreamy, like limerent energy, but the person up here is fantasizing about someone else. Uh-oh. Okay, bestie. All right, I've got the Three of Cups, Seven of Cups. I have to show you the Seven of Cups card. This is so cute. This is my favorite phase of the kitten when they're in this like worm stage, when their little tail is just like a thick little, like looks like a plant sprout or something. I love when kittens look like that. So anyway, Three of Swords, Strength, Son of Cups, Six of Cups, Son of Swords, bestie. What I'm getting is that this person that they have a crush on, the crusher, the crushie is very nice to this person, okay? They are gracious to them. But I think that this person down here is misinterpreting this a little bit, because this person up here is probably nice to everybody, okay? Like that is their personality. They are kind to people. They understand that this person is in a lower position from them, and this person from up high is, being kind and considerate of that. The person on the receiving end of that is, again, running a little bit wild with that energy, okay? They've spun this fantasy in their head that, like, this person, in a perfect world would be able to be with them. But, bestie, that's not exactly what I'm getting. At some point, this person with the crush on the higher consciousness individual realizes that what they think is not actually true, that this person actually has feelings for somebody else, and they're freaking pissed off, bestie. They are not happy about it, okay? I've got the Three of Swords. This cat looks pretty freaking peeved. And this one, the Strength, okay? They're kind of looking in the mirror, and they're not quite seeing themselves clearly, okay? They've kind of elevated themselves in their own mind, probably because this higher consciousness person they have a crush on, has been nice enough to them, that is kind of like, it's emboldened them to think very highly of themselves. And there's nothing wrong with that, again, but this limerent energy of projecting that onto, oh, well, this person, like sees me in a favorable light, so they must like, have a romantic connection to me. No. When they find out that this person actually has feelings for someone else, and I'm not really getting much on how that happens, all I'm getting is that this person immediately starts plotting. Okay, Son of Cups. This cat is up to no good, okay? This person is immediately thinking how to spill this cup. Whatever this person of the higher consciousness is feeling, this person down here is figuring out how to ruin it for them, okay? I'm getting this energy of the person of the higher consciousness. I think that these people, everybody on the board here has like some kind of awareness of spirituality. There's some kind of spiritual awareness. So somehow, some way, this lower consciousness person with the crush figured out that the person they have a crush on is actually has feelings for someone else and wants to move towards them. There's some kind of plan or some kind of understanding that this person of the higher consciousness wants to move towards this other person. Again, I don't even know who this is. This person isn't even on the board. I don't have that person on the board. But I'm getting that this has caused quite a stir, okay? All these little birds are chirping, okay? This cat's talking and these little birds are chirping. And I also think it's interesting this cat doesn't have any ears, okay? So all this is swirling around this higher consciousness person, okay? All these little birds are chirping. They're all talking about it. They're all like pissed off. They've all got something to say about it, but you know, my man cannot hear. He doesn't care. He's not interested in that. In fact, he's walking away from it. This man has made a decision to walk all the way away. And I'm saying man because it's Son of Swords on the card. I got a lot of people getting a little cranky in my mentions about the fact that I'm using the genders on the cards. So if this is a woman, take it how it resonates, Bestie. I'm just telling you what I see on the cards. 10 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, Bestie. The Empress. Aww. Okay, so now we are finally getting a clearer picture of who this person is that the higher consciousness individual has a crush on. I want to point out that this, again, here we go again. Okay, we started down here with the person with a crush. We started up here with the person of the higher consciousness. And now we're up here with the person that person has a crush on, okay? There's this crazy ladder energy that we have, okay? This is the person, this is the apple of that person's eye, okay? They're Empress. This beautiful little cat is wearing a gold crown. This is someone, you know, that they admire very much. It's someone they really look up to. So this person awakens their creativity, okay? I'm going to move away from the person who had a crush, and I'm going to move on to the person of the higher consciousness and their Empress, okay? Bestie. This person in their heart has made the decision to move towards this other person, okay? They've made the decision to move towards their Empress. Father of Pentacles, okay? They also have an awareness that this person is in some way above them, okay? Now this person has the crush on the person of the higher consciousness, but they're aware of this. And instead of looking in the mirror and seeing themselves as this lion when they are, in fact, you know, a house cat, they're trying to think of how they can appear appear bigger than they are, okay? This little cat sat on a stool and he's wearing, you know, a cloak to kind of hide the fact that he's on his stool. Okay. Bestie, the Empress is not fooled by this, okay? Again, the Empress knows that all this is happening. I think they know about the lower crush, they know about the person who has a crush on them, and they know that they're going to try to conceal their real their real identity in some way, okay? And they're like, okay, I see you coming. Bestie, another thing that the Empress knows about this, one thing that they have picked up is that, again, this cat doesn't have ears. They know that this person has very deep feelings for them, okay? They might not be a great listener if they don't have any ears, you know? They might not be able to hear the voice of spirit. So then again, they're somewhat blocked off from their intuition, but they know that this person does have very deep feelings for them. But the other thing they know is that they have not quite shed this devil energy, okay? There's this energy of like, I'm almost getting the idea that like their shadow has been offset in some way. I encounter this a lot where I will meet people who has a pet or like a child, and the pet or the child is like an outward amalgamation of some kind of shadow aspect inside of them that they have like rejected, or maybe not rejected, they have kind of like almost like put it out into the world and their outside reality so they can tend to it that way. You know, instead of like an internal wound, they've put it outwards and they are like working through the karma of that wound that way. I'm getting that this person has some kind of like posse I'm hearing of their shadow, and that is how this feminine, this Empress is able to see exactly what is going on here. Bestie, I'm gonna go to a part 2.